The Goa Law Commission, in its recommendation to the state government, has proposed that a housing fund should be created to enable tenants and mundkars to buy their houses outright from landlords. Chairman of the Goa Law Commission, Mr. Ramakant Kalap, has suggested measures on behalf of the Commission to end the age-old landlord-tenant bickering over land issues in Goa.
They must pay the price compensation for their dwelling house within 3 months to the owner. And if they do not pay within 3 months, then the government pays to the owner that entire price out of a fund to be created by the government, and treat that as a housing loan to the mundkar. This loan will thereafter be recovered by the government in stages.
Speaking at a press conference, Mr. Kalap has suggested to the state government that tenants registered under the Agricultural Tenancy Acts should now be deemed to be owners of the property.
But the Mamladar has to decide that price, whatever pittance it is, and the tenant has to pay that price. So we suggest that if the tenant doesn't pay it within a given time limit, again government can create a fund through budgetary allocations or through banking system, whatever they can do, and pay the landlord once for all, so that he is out of the scene. Landlord is out of the scene, and recover that money in a given time frame.
The panel in a third report has suggested setting up a separate hierarchy of courts, which would be a Mamladar Revenue Court, 2 sets of Mamladars, one for judicial work and another for administrative and other work.
And let these 2 courts be under the overall supervision of the administrative tribunal. So a separate entity to be created. So once such a Taluka Revenue Court is created, that court will be doing the work of adjudication of cases before it and nothing else.
The fourth report is on the availability of public crematoria and burial places, which should be open for all and should be managed by the state level council.
At the village level, municipal level, let there be similarly public crematoria and burial places established, maybe for each village, if not group of villages or group of a town and villages around it, depending upon the requirements. And let this be managed by state council, the local council. So we have a state council and local council. Then this law also takes into cognizance the existing burial places and crematoria, and we require that they be registered. We won't put any controls on them. And then comes the last clause, is no dead person shall be cremated or buried in any place other than a public crematoria or a registered crematorium or a burial place.
The last report proposes amendments to the Land Revenue Code.
The officer is subject to so many pressures and lot of unsavory things have been happening. Okay? So, and number 2, there is this what is called conversion of land. You have a regional plan prepared after a long process. If that regional plan shows a particular property in a particular zone, then notwithstanding its present use, it can be used for the converted automatically to the use for which it is earmarked in the regional plan, subject to payment of conversion fees. So the rigmarole of going through the entire process, which takes sometimes months and years, is finished once for all.